All right, folks, it's early. Well, let's talk about this whistleblower bullshit. I read the whole transcript of the president's call, and there's nothing there. Nothing that I can see. And let me say this here, let me give you the gist of it real quick, okay? What happened is they're saying that President Trump told Ukraine if they don't investigate a political rival, Joe Biden, that they weren't going to get $400 million in an aid package. But look here, folks. Here's really what's happening with that. All right. So, Joe Biden's son all of a sudden became the head of this Ukrainian gas company. Okay. And he had no prior experience doing it. He knew nothing about running the company. And he was receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars in pay, 600,000 a year in pay to run a Ukrainian gas company that he was never at. Sounded like a little bit of corruption because at the time, Joe Biden was making deals with the Ukrainians. Well, all of a sudden, an attorney general over there decided, hey, you know what? We're going to investigate this, investigate Joe Biden's son. Why not? I mean, it sounded like corruption to me. It sounds like because of Joe Biden being the vice president, they put his son in a position to receive $600,000 a year. That sounds like a payoff to me, folks, because the dude didn't have no experience to run it at all anyway. He knew nothing about energy. He knew nothing about none of it, right? All of a sudden, he's got a job running a gas company, a major gas company at that. Well, anyway, the attorney general started investigating. So Joe Biden talks to the Ukrainian president and gets him fired. And then he brags about it. Brags about getting him fired when he was vice president. Okay, well, President Trump decided, well, you know what? This sounds a little fucking hinky still. How'd that attorney general get fucking, So he said, hey, look, maybe we ought to look into this a little bit more. He tells the Ukrainian president, we want to look into this a little bit more and we want to find out what's going on. And we're going to withhold the aid until we find out if that was corruption. There's nothing wrong with that, folks. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. So all of a sudden, one day before Nancy Pelosi, even received a copy of the transcripts, she said, we're impeaching the president. You're not impeaching the president, folks. Okay, look, do a lot of these Democrats think that if the president is impeached, that even has to leave office? Bill Clinton didn't. He was impeached. Look here, folks. And do the Democrats sit there and think that if Trump does leave office, that they're just going to pick the next president? No, Mike Pence takes over. Our good Christian vice president. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him stand up there and be president. So, look here, just because you don't like Trump, look, Trump isn't supposed to be your fucking friend. Okay, he's supposed to run this country and make it better. And that's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. So for all you out there who think, oh, the president's so terrible, he did this terrible thing. No, he didn't. Joe Biden did a terrible thing. And the president said, well, maybe we should just look into it. What's wrong with that? Are you fucking stupid? Fucking Democrats, man. Just, God, it's like it's like find the most retarded people we can find and put them in Congress. Fucking idiots, man. Idiots. They want to take our rights, our gun rights, our freedom of speech rights, our freedom of assembly rights. They want to continue with welfare to keep people down and under government control. And nobody's even fucking caring about this. Do you understand this does affect you? Maybe the younger generation don't care. They're still living with mama and daddy. They don't really got to worry too much about taxes or anything like that. But look here. Once you get a little bit older, you'll start understanding this stuff doesn't matter. When taxes go up, when all of a sudden your rights are being taken, you don't have a right to do this or that, pretty soon our country will be destroyed. We're going to be getting, I don't know, gas tax stamps. We'll get fucking $10 of fucking gas a week to only go to work. That's it. Our food's going to be regulated and government controlled. I mean, everything. That's what socialism is, folks. Government control. Yeah, that's what it is. So, you want to continue on with that whole thing of, letting the Democrats have big government take over your lives? Hey, do it. You know what I mean? But us Republicans are going to have to sit back and say, you know what? Not on my watch. Not on my fucking watch. I promise you that. Tony Doles told you. So when they start talking that bullshit on the news, you know it's all bullshit. It's all a smoke screen, folks. That's all it is. Let me ask you a question. The Democrats keep pushing and pushing, and the media keep pushing and pushing, right? These impeachment proceedings, and it's all over the news. Whatever happened to the Jeffrey Epstein case? You know, where all these names were about to come out, especially like Bill Clinton and a lot of others that were going to these drug-infused parties of Jeffrey Epstein and sexually abusing underage girls and boys. Well, what happened to that? All of a sudden, nothing. Nobody's saying a word about it now. I'm an American citizen. I want to know what happened. You know, I thought they were bringing this to light. All these names and everything were supposed to come out, but all of a sudden the liberal media, the Democratic news, you know, like MSDNC and CNN and all them, they're shutting that down. They're not reporting anything about it. Well, why? That was big news. Jeffrey Epstein said he had over 100 some names to come out with: judges, lawyers, prosecutors, senators, ex-presidents. Yeah. Where's that at? Why don't you start asking about that? Yeah. Instead of worrying about whether, you know, President Trump wanted to have Joe Biden's son investigated because of corruption. Yeah. The Jeffrey Epstein case was a little more interesting. All right, folks. Tony Dose told you. Check it out.